In this episode of Alien Agenda, we take a closer look at our mysterious moon, a force that shapes Earth's tides, stabilizes our planet, and may even hold secrets of alien contact. From the strange 10-minute blackout during Apollo 11 to the theory that the moon could be hollow or even an artificial structure, we'll explore evidence, myths, and modern discoveries that challenge what we think we know about our closest celestial neighbor. Let's hear from Colonel Gene.
Hi folks, it's Colonel Gene again with another episode of Alien Agenda. Today we will take a look at the most familiar sight in the sky, our moon. There is no doubt the moon has a very major impact on our very existence. The moon causes the tides. It is believed to provide stability for our planet, including the tilt, and it is very important to deal with climate change at various points on Earth. It also acts as a shield to protect us from the impact of asteroids, and it is approximately 1/4 the size of planet Earth. The temperature swings on the surface of the planet or the moon are 250 degrees in the sun to 250 degrees below zero at night. That's a swing of 500 degrees. It has been the source of fascination throughout history. And in 1962, President Kennedy set the goal to set foot on our nearest neighbor by the end of the decade, which took place on July the 20th, 1969, with Apollo 11. Today, we will look at how it may play a key role in our quest to uncover the truth about extraterrestrials. One of the most intriguing questions is, why did we not complete the Apollo visits and end with Apollo 17? There were actually 3 more visits planned. Some believe the answer may be found in a 10-minute communications gap that took place on Apollo 11. During that trip, there was an interruption in the normal communications for Neil Armstrong of about 10 minutes. He switched to an alternate frequency to communicate with Houston, a frequency that was normally used to transmit health information and vital statistics about the astronauts. A ham radio operator is said to have been monitoring this alternate frequency and heard Armstrong tell Mission Control, "There are 3 aliens watching us from the rim of a nearby crater." There is no question that Neil Armstrong, upon return from Apollo 11, was very quiet and subdued, and he remained so for the remainder of his life. He did not seek a lot of publicity, and it is very possible that if Neil Armstrong actually saw and had an encounter with the aliens on the moon, that it would have had a profound impact on him for the rest of his life. The source of the moon is something that has been intrigued man forever, and our visits have yet to provide definitive answers. One of the most far-out theories is that the moon is not of natural origin, but is in fact a hollow sphere. Several findings have caused some scientists to conclude this. One such issue is that the craters on the moon, regardless of their size and the impact size of the material that struck the moon, is about the same depth. The belief is that the larger the impact, the deeper it should go into the surface of the moon. However, if it is in fact a hollow sphere and there is something preventing it from going deeper, that is certainly one explanation. At the end of Apollo 11, the lander crashed into the moon and it vibrated for almost an hour. And some compare it to what would happen if you struck a bell. On November the 20th, 1969, at the end of the Apollo 12 mission, NASA crashed a launch vehicle into the moon to give it even greater impact. This time, the same vibration took place, but lasted for almost 3 hours over an area of at least 20 miles. There is a Greek myth of Archimedes that claim that there were times when the Earth was moonless, and that the moon, in fact, was absent and did not exist around planet Earth. The Zulus tell us that other intelligent life moved the moon to the Earth which caused gigantic disruptions and floods on planet Earth. Another question is the near perfect orbit of the Earth and its position that makes it look as big as the sun from the Earth. Most other moons do not have this perfect orbit, and some believe it is further proof that intelligent life placed the moon in orbit around the Earth. They claim it is a giant spaceship, houses intelligent life in cities from which they monitor planet Earth. The more conventional belief, however, is that a large object hit Earth billions of years ago, and the material released from this collision coalesced and caused it to create a moon. We know that the material brought back from the moon is similar to the Earth, and studies show that the moon is in fact solid. We also have discovered lava tubes leading to the surface that would indicate some sort of volcanic activity in the distant past. In addition, the impact of the gravitational pull of the moon is such that it would need to be of a significant mass to exert that kind of pull on planet Earth. That would not be possible if the moon were hollow. What looks like ancient volcanic activity also supports the fact that the moon is in fact a solid mass. Regardless of the moon's composition, the idea that it has and is being used as a base for intelligent life to monitor us is not affected. The speculation that they may be accessing underground bases from the far side of the moon is a real possibility. We have the discovery that approximately 300 kilometers from Tranquility Base, the landing site of Apollo 11, there exists 8 tall spirals. They were first discovered in 1966 when looking for possible landing sites. Since then, they have been photographed, and radar has confirmed their existence. Since they have been identified as slender and tall, similar to obelisks in Egypt, it is very unlikely, in fact, many scientists believe impossible for them to have been created by nature. One of the spirals is much taller than the other and is about 15 stories high. Astronomers also have seen lights appear on the moon as if there was some sort of activity. In fact, we have evidence as far back as the 1830s that have reported seeing lights on the moon. The upcoming trips to the moon and the rovers that are on the moon, both by the United States and China and Russia, at some point may give us insight into the nature of the moon and discover if it is being used by other intelligent life. One possible experiment would be to drill into the moon's surface to determine more of what is under it. This may also shed some light on why most of the craters are the same depth. NASA has talked about using the lava tubes that have been discovered to shelter astronauts from the huge temperature changes as well as the effects of radiation. Since the moon has no magnetic fields, there is no protection for astronauts from radiation that would strike the moon's surface. The more we learn, the more questions that appear need answers. Our future exploration of the moon and later Mars may provide the proof we are seeking about aliens. It may be that during one or more of these visits to the moon or Mars, aliens may decide it is time for them to make direct contact with Earthlings. I hope you have enjoyed the look at the moon and our continuing effort to learn about other intelligent life that may exist in our universe. To that end, please get a copy of my new best-selling book, Are They Out There? It is available in soft and hardcover, as well as in a Kindle version. The information in my book is fully documented, and it contains pictures from NASA to bring to the reader the reality of what we are looking at in space. This is Colonel Gene saying, be safe until our next episode of Alien Agenda.
Are they out there? takes you on a thrilling journey through the mysteries of the universe, from ancient sightings to the infamous Roswell incident and shocking revelations from recent congressional hearings. This book uncovers the most convincing evidence of UFOs and alien life. Don't miss out. Grab your copy now on our website or Amazon and discover if we're truly alone in the cosmos.